Hello and welcome everybody back to the League of Ungentlemanly Warfare of Anno 1800 in our new little capital. And well, what are we going to do in this episode? We are very likely going to improve the industry for the engineers to make sure that we don't run into any issues there. But first, we are going to upgrade as many engineer houses as possible to investors to get the additional influence. And it should also enable us to continue with restructuring all the districts to more fit into our prime investor district, which just works. So we will see how that will turn out in the end. And yeah, once we have done that, which will probably not be the, sorry, just let me start the sentence anew. I can't really think. I've just recorded like 3 to 4 episodes in a row and, well, probably a few more because I'm currently in an Anno spree. But yeah, very, very likely one episode won't be enough to cover that. To cover restructuring and the engineer industry, but once that is done, we can also focus on restructuring the new world, finally. Huh. Hi, my friend.
Olio reporting in.
Okay, General, let's see if we have here any trade union items that we might need. So, jewelers might be nice. So, and that one actually makes them independent from pearls, if I see it correctly. Okay, that is a coffee roaster. We don't need that. Also not really necessary. But that one is necessary. Could be interesting.
Not too many changes, I hope. Can I interest you in this recently polished apple? I can't believe.
You gained an influence
you
bonus.
go to Trelawney. And with you and you, we are going to check our industry island. What we have there to collect. Clockmakers, truly spectacle factory, productivity plus 40%. Yes, totally.
The festival has ended. Your city has grown uglier.
Not as many items as I had hoped we would take them with us, but maybe Eli has something of worth.
Battle cruiser
God
on the
scourges those with something to hide.
Instead of gold for building processes, gold ore. Yes, yes, I want that. Oh, and you already switched the items. But hey, affects grain farms, red pepper farm, and vineyard productivity plus 40%. Instead of sugar for building processes, coffee beans. I'm not so
The
sure.
chimpanzees can swing about as much as they like in some.
pumping smoke, Admiral.
There are some interesting items he has right
My
now.
life is my prison.
Okay, so before he switches again. Yes, I want you. And you actually, because you will occasionally produce extra coffee.
All perfectly legal.
Can't hear anything useful. Not really. Sub factory plus 30%. That is totally useless for me.
How about a cup of coffee? You've been playing for 2 hours.
Cargo stations.
I'm watching your every move.
Perfect. So what do we have here? Residents with a pub need for food are provided sausages, bread, beer and church. Well, that is for the low tier areas, but I might now need an item that increases happiness so that I can put the art of rule into effect. Affects animal farms, extra goods location produces extra beef. No, I'm not feeling like it. Yeah, passive trade is not really happening. Workforce plus 50%. Okay, that is great, but not what I want. More attractiveness through investor houses. Oh yes, please.
Summat for you to fiddle with. Didn't take you for a Janus face. Fair play to you.
Well, we got that one way too often already.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
Perfect. And you should now also go to Cape Trelawney.
Airship.
It now has the potential to be really interesting because we got so many interesting items now. If we are going to put them into the right house. Okay, residents are provided with coffee.
I see no flaw.
By Jove!
And here, residents are provided with beer. Yeah, that is not really what we need, right? Don't we have anything else to put in there? Not really, so we can actually increase the amount of influence we are getting from this sector. Ah, that will be great, that will be great. That will be like 100 influence extra. So happy to have that. Okay, and we got 802 timber, which we are going to put to good use.
An explosion in one of your factories.
Why am I even trying to play the game? And there's always these little distractions. But yeah, we are now making really good progress.
The festival has ended.
I can very soon. With the influence that we are getting through the additional items, we might actually even be able to build the palace in the next few episodes. But I might want to save that until episode 100 or something like that. I mean, it's not that far away anymore. But that is just a thought that I'm having. Why are you there here? Can't I assign somehow a home harbor?
Pumping smoke, Admiral. Props are spinning. Ready. Familia is merely ordinary.
Dum dum. Oh, come on. I knew I forgot something in the old world. There's still a ship of mine that is waiting for getting some items. That one is interesting.
The people celebrate your leadership.
That one has potential as well.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
As well as that one. So now time to go.
Hovering.
Bring her around.
Okay,
Your
so
ship has returned
this year
from its
has a
voyage.
load of interesting items that we might use.
Ready for action.
The people celebrate your leadership.
Yeah, I really need to do something in long term about these sharp edges around the city. This all will look way more natural once the outskirts have been built. I see it only affects farmer residents. Okay. Farmer and worker residents. Ah, darn it. But well. More attractive. Yeah, it's attractiveness and not influence. Okay. I As I said, I have been recording quite a lot by now. So, but yeah, you have your happiness increased anyway. So, residences with the bank need fulfilled are provided for pocket watches and jewelry. So, I'm pretty sure you're now going to be more happy.
I
You go back to the old world, you go back to the old world. You as well. You come here first.
Pumping smoke, Admiral.
Before I will also send you back to the old world.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
Battle path set.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
Oh, okay, it already arrived there. I tend to forget how quick airships actually are. But hey, 560 influence. Slowly but steadily, we are reaching our goals.
Battle cruiser ready.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
And as we can see, our income in regards of money is also rising. I mean, 140,000. Yeah, that is provided aside from cancelling the consumption.
This is quite the stomping ground.
Lovely day for seafront perambulation.
Ready for action.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
You can also go to the old world. In the meantime, I need to check the Arctic if we still have some gas left, because I think we don't. Yep, it has. It has all been transported to Cape Trelawney.
Tolerance, sympathy, understanding, supreme qualities.
You want 12 influence for one additional ship? Despite me having next to no enemies. By the way, we have a little quest here, so we might also take care of that soon. Floating City Bigar. Sir Archibald has a matter of titanic personal embarrassment to discuss with you. He hopes that you can help him make up for lost time. So what items do we have here that we can... Oh, wait, here we have... Have you already checked all of that?
I could simply go to press.
You lost an influence bonus.
So items to put into
Your
the
ship
town
has
hall.
returned from its voyage.
Iwa Ibashi. Oh, Anno 2070 is there again. So we need you. Definitely need you too. So you can go back to Cape Trelawney.
Battle cruiser ready.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
Affects all old world activities. Not that important. I'll provide with rum and canned food. That is something I can work, especially in regards of rum. You go also back to Cape
Cargo
Trelawney.
stations.
And the rest is actually not so great. I am a bit surprised. Now for public moorings. Sure, get him. Get him. Oh, there we can construct a pirate gunboat. That is also interesting. Yeah, that should actually be it for now. So you also go back to Cape Trelawney. And we are now also going back to Cape Trelawney.
I'm used to the best, and this isn't it. I have every right to.
Oh, come on. Yep. 640 influence now. Thing is, here we have a way higher attractiveness rating of 6,000. So the palace will be way weaker on our other island.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
So we need to be a bit careful there.
Weak structures collapse.
Okay, for now we can just build a bank here. It doesn't make them happier. Well, it makes them a bit happier, so there's that. So what do our productions say? Well, we need way less
Ship
of everything.
constructed.
But I'm pretty sure we are going to build additional stuff at the edges, so... that is actually okay.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
Building a botanical garden here on that island. Yeah, a garden island. That actually sounds quite nice. Because we will have to actively increase the attractiveness level of this island. And building a big botanical garden might be a good way to start with that. It will cost a lot of influence though. And in the meantime... we are getting more and more investors.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
By the way, how many investors do we have here now? 12,000. So yeah, we are definitely reaching the same levels as in our old capital. That's interesting. So artisans are not really happy here.
Drowned in the brook, rubards in hair.
Not really surprising, but I can actually help you. I also get a new church. And now only the engineers are unhappy.
Altitude stable.
Hmm. 150k income with 239,000 royal taxes.
Airship.
Yeah, the steamships and the airship is already there. Okay, so we want people to be provided with champagne and stuff. That is okay. That is okay.
A comely locale.
So you are now getting champagne additionally. Then we need an additional town hall.
Ship constructed.
So what do we have here that might be interesting? Of course, here again, additional income. Yeah, be happier.
My analysis is positive.
Very good. I'm really content with the progress that we have made in this episode so far. So, you guys also finally arrived, yeah?
Hold the crane.
So, Time for more visits.
Hovering.
Okay, I will send you all back to the old world, because we will then
Ready for
start with the
action.
construction. Not with the construction, with the movement of rare plants to this island to get a big botanical garden ready. At least if we wanted to have one. Yeah, at the moment, again, heavy overproduction on everything, so we are prepared for the future. We need to make sure that we are producing enough glasses. That is something that we can do here on this island, actually. The good old spectacle factory. Oh, and we have already used all that brass production.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
So it will be interesting for us is, of course, that one.
The festival has ended.
In general, this entire construct here is interesting for us. I will prepare
Your
it for
ship has
copying.
returned from its voyage.
Okay, we need to get rid of that middle road. Electricity is already provided here, so maybe constructing there wouldn't be that useful, but here, that sounds that looks like a very good area.
Ship constructed. Your ship has returned from its voyage. The festival has ended.
We're in the presence of a virtuoso.
To your stations.
Okay, now that will be a bit of a pain in the ass, but at some point we just need to do it.
Aye.
That looks like a placeholder there.
Have orders for us.
Begin the turn. Hold the crane. Aye. Cargo boat at the ready.
Sheet, music, Anno 1800. Increase attractiveness for cultural items that belong to extinct species, Empire of the Eagle, Origin of Mankind, Again Culture, Jurassic, Medicinal, Icebound. But it's interesting to see how all our influence issues have vanished. Really looking forward to building the palace. Really looking forward to it. Here was our little experiment on just increasing the effectiveness as much, the attractiveness as much as possible. So wings increase the palace range. And we can build 50 wings by now, so yeah, we can have quite a range if we want to.
A check copy?
So, what is it here? Plus 5, 10%. Well then. Humpback Bay, yeah, I don't care for that. Kebablord, I also don't care.
The Melia is merely ordinary.
Battle deck to attention.
Oh, there's still so much to transport.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
Props are spinning.
Perfect. Because you can help me get some critical items from another island.
Dirigibbling.
Come on, come on, be quick, this episode is soon over. And in case you haven't noticed, dear viewers, I'm trying to get the episodes by now limited to 40 minutes so that I have a higher output. But of course, as always, I won't end until we have reached a certain internal milestone.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
New orders?
Heading set.
By the way, are we now getting all bonuses?
Your ship has returned
Well, not
from
all.
its voyage.
There could still be way more for military, but we don't really need military unless we want to get rid of the pirates, which is something that is definitely going to happen in the future, but that will also be a pain in the ass.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
So, and you go back to the old world, and we have now something to optimize by putting more items into it. So, first of all, we are getting electricity. Boom. And then we are getting our glassmakers and light bulb factories to increase production. We could go for more for an further increased production of our spectacle factories.
Your ship has returned from its voyage. Your ship has returned from its voyage. Ship constructed.
Yeah, we need more zinc and copper. But aside from that, we actually seem to be fine. I mean, a shit ton of quartz sand, okay. So, zinc and copper is done with just a few additional mines, because we still have deposits here on this island that we did not tap yet.
Your ship has returned from its voyage. An explosion in one of your factories.
Is there anything else to say? It is just so annoying. I don't even see how it benefits the game. So in the meantime, a few of our ships should have arrived.
Cargo stations.
Maybe I should at some point check what this quest is about.
Bring her around.
Don't
Oh,
tell me I
let's just
missed
get
a-
another one of
To
them.
your stations.
So,
Ah, you're ready.
I've lost Mr. Bagava's plans for Great Eastern,
you
delaying her
pop off
launch yet
now,
further. The
you'll be
taxpayers
back
are
in
begging
time
to
for
see the dream
tennis.
come alive. But first, the prototypes hit every hitch, and now this. Okay,
People celebrate your
that is
leadership.
something we are going to focus in the next in the next episode. The Great Eastern, a big ship that might prove very useful for us. So game, you're telling me there
Ship
is
constructed.
a quest available. Oh, it's because it's the quest goal. Me being stupid again.
Olio reporting in.
So in the meantime, you two, you are collecting also rare goods or
Aye.
cultural items. You go to
Hold
Cape
the
Trelawney.
crane.
And you go to Cape Trelawney as well. But yeah, as I said, we're going to focus on the Great Eastern in the next episode. That is a great goal.
Your ship has returned from its voyage.
So all I'm doing now is... we're also doing the Quartz Center in the next episode. This is now over. Time for a thumbnail. Yeah, that is a heavy investor influx. So, time for a thumbnail. And yeah, as always, I hope you liked this episode. A thumbs up is always a great reward for me, so it would be very nice of you if you give me one for this episode. And, well, for feedback, questions and so on, don't hesitate to use the comment section. And if you want to join our Discord, you will find an invitation link in the video description down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you want to get notified whenever I upload something new. And with that, I'm out for now, and see you in the next episode when we are trying to unlock the Great Eastern. So yeah, bye bye.